A part of being a motorcycle enthusiast is getting fun out of finding interesting facts about motorcycles. And after I found out about fact number 7, which I'm saving for last, but I thought was really interesting, caused me want to make this video, was fact number 1 being about the very first motorcycle. Now, I'm gonna butcher names, so I'll call them Mr. Daimler and Mr. Maybach. But in 1885, that's when they had created the very first, what we would call motorcycle. It was called the Daimler Reitwagen. I am probably butchering it, so if I'm butchering it, let me know in the comments. Mr. Daimler is often called the father of the motorcycle due to this invention, with it being a single-cylinder 264cc internal combustion engine that ran on petroleum. Now, for all y'all stat nerds out there, this first motorcycle had an engine output of 0.5 horsepower at 600 RPM, giving it about a whopping almost 7 miles per hour as its top speed. Now, the Reitwagen, or Reitwagen, not really sure which is the correct pronunciation, it had a frame. It was made out of wood and also had iron banded wheels, and it was often called the bone crusher due to its lack of suspension and rubber wheels. So it's definitely not the most comfortable ride of a motorcycle out there. Now, one important thing to keep in mind about this motorcycle, the primary reason of this invention wasn't to create an everyday use of a motorcycle, but instead the Reitwagen was developed to showcase their newly developed internal combustion engine and to show that it could potentially power a vehicle. Mr. Daimler and Mr. Maybach were showcasing the engine's potential for mobility, where at that time, steam engines were much more common for a source of power. This motorcycle invention allowed them to test and prove that petroleum-based internal combustion engines could be a more reliable and efficient alternative to steam engines, in which leading to future achievements in both the motorcycle and car vehicles industries. The success of this invention laid the groundwork for practically the whole entire automotive industry, as internal combustion engines kind of ruled over for the last century. Now, with fact number 2, this might be common knowledge for quite a few people, but for me, it's something I had learned once I started looking up facts, and I was a little bit surprised to find out that Indian Motorcycles became a company 2 years before Harley-Davidson ever made their first motorcycle. I was just always, due to maybe Harley-Davidson marketing, but I just figured that Harley-Davidson was the first American motorcycle out there, and I guess marketing made it seem that way. But besides America, with fact number 3, the oldest motorcycle brand company still in current production is Royal Enfield, which they started in 1901, but that is the longest running motorcycle brand company out there, and I thought that was pretty interesting too. I obviously don't know too much information about the different brands out there and their history, so it's pretty cool to, find out oldest company in America and then oldest company just generally worldwide as a motorcycle brand. Now, with fact number 4, it kind of ties in with fact number 2 with me just not even being misled, but just being under the wrong impression about who is who and the what is what. And the first V-twin engine, which mainly Harley-Davidson is very much known for, Indian created in 1907. And this is a significant milestone in motorcycle history, where their first V-twin engine made about 633cc and had 7 horsepower engine output. And for that time, that is quite powerful, I must say. Now, Harley-Davidson did adapt the V-twin engine 2 years later after Indian created it in 1909, but the V-twin engine has become quite a defining feature for American motorcycles. Seeing these facts is a little interesting, and realizing I have just been under the wrong impression this whole time, and I really do think that it's mainly due to marketing and being a little bit uninformed. Now, fact number 5 is for the fastest production motorcycle, which was released in 2003 by Dodge. It's the Dodge Tomahawk motorcycle, which can go up to 350 miles per hour. Well, theoretically, it can reach 350 miles per hour. It was never officially tested to be proven that it can reach that speed. This concept motorcycle was more designed to showcase power versus practicability or practical use. So this more was a flex on what Dodge can produce more than anything else. It's powered by an 8.3 liter V10 engine taken from the Dodge Viper. Now, due to its large engine and design, this motorcycle weighs a little, or just about 1,500 pounds. Even though it has 4 wheels, 2 in the front and 2 in the back, it is still considered a motorcycle. Some might, bicker about, that it's not technically a motorcycle, it's got 4 wheels, but then you bring in the trikes or those tilted motorworks. Those are still considered motorcycles, though they have 3 wheels and they are in that motorcycle family. And those 2 wheels are right next to each other in the front and rear. Those additional wheels were added for greater stability, given its gigantic weight increase compared to typical motorcycles you would see out on the road. The Dodge Tomahawk's acceleration is quite impressive in itself as well. It goes from 0 to 60 in about 2.3 seconds. But this motorcycle is not street legal due to safety concerns, its unconventional design, and it's rather just not that practical of a motorcycle as a whole. There were only 9 units ever made of the Dodge Tomahawk, and they were sold for about $550,000. If anything, this motorcycle, yes, it's a flex of what this engine can produce, but I more see it as a garage trophy and a collector's piece more than anything. But fact remains fact, those numbers of what it can produce is quite impressive for a motorcycle. But regarding how it looks, I cannot say the same for that. Fact number 6 is rather more impressive than fact number 5 in my opinion, and it's the longest motorcycle journey a person has taken, and it was by Emilio Scotto, an Argentinian adventurer, who had traveled over 457,000 miles on his motorcycle in a single journey. Emilio's motorcycle journey had lasted 10 years, from 1985 to 1995, where he had traveled through over 279 countries, making it one of the most intensive world motorcycle journeys ever. He had driven through Asia, Africa, Europe, and North America, continents, pretty much all the continents out there. I'm stumbling over my words just because, one, a little jealous, but I still think what he did is really cool. And there's quite a few people out there on YouTube, traveling the world on their motorcycle, like Itchy Boots to name one of them. I subscribe to her channel, and she makes some really cool content of how she has gone everywhere on her motorcycle. But Emilio, he did this journey on his Honda Goldwing 1100, and within his 10-year journey across the world on his motorcycle, he had 9 engine rebuilds. With this journey, he did showcase the durability the Honda Goldwing can go through, and as well as just the effects of such a extensive journey going through harsh environments, of what effect it can have on the motorcycle. 9 engine rebuilds, he did have a lot of sponsors and supporters for this journey, so it wasn't quite a pinch on the pocket for him. But so I guess when you have that insurance, it's really no biggie. You get in a rut and just quickly go somewhere to get it fixed, then just keep on going. But for any average person, 9 engine rebuilds in a 10-year span is quite a punch in the pocket, to say the least. Now, fact number 7 is what made me want to make this video. I had saw it and I was like, that is really interesting, and it made me research just a few more interesting facts to showcase for y'all.
Hey guys, so I'm quickly editing this video right now, and upon editing I realized what I'm about to say is actually a myth, and it was proven to be wrong, and it goes to prove that shouldn't believe everything you hear, and not not everything on the internet is true, but I'm gonna go ahead and play the clip on further. But just had to take accountability that I had said a wrong fact, and I caught it before I released it and before y'all could call me out on it. So yeah, but otherwise, hope y'all are doing good, and back to the video.
But it was Harley-Davidson's first carburetor that they built in 1903 was made out of a tomato soup can. So I thought that was a really interesting fact. I just, you know, if there's a will, there's a way, and you will find to make it happen. And that was just rather interesting. So I wanted to share 7 facts. If you have any cool motorcycle facts, leave them in the comments for me below. And because, you know, we're all here, we like motorcycles, and it's pretty cool to learn things we didn't know about them. If you knew all 7 of these, let me know too, and tell me it was common knowledge. But to me, these all 7 were interesting. And yeah, I appreciate y'all watching this video. I will see y'all next time. But until then, y'all stay safe out there, have a good day, but most of all, don't forget to spread love to those around you.